Hey students, this is lesson 412 part B. In this lesson we're going to learn how to deal with scientific notation used with really small numbers. So very small decimal numbers. And here's an example of scientific notation. This number is 3,456 millionths. And in scientific notation, it's written as 3.456 times 10 to the negative third. And I'll explain how that works to you. So just like scientific notation for really large numbers, the first number has to be a number between 1 and 10. Notice that's true for both of these. And the second number has to be a power of 10, and that's also true. And it works like this. 3.456 times 10 to the negative third is the same as 3.456 times 1 over 10 to the third. Remember yesterday's lesson, or the last lesson in class. And 1 over 10 to the third is the same as 1/1000. And multiplying by 1/1000 is the same as dividing by 1,000. And if you remember from work in elementary school, when you divide by 1,000, it actually moves the decimal to the right the same number of places as the number of zeros. So in other words, every time you divide by 10, the decimal moves one place to the, I said right, actually to the left. So, so if I were dividing by 10, I would move the decimal to here. If I'm dividing by 100, I'd move the decimal here. If I'm dividing by 1,000, I'd move the decimal here. So you notice that I end up with 2 zeros in front of the 3, and then 4, 5, 6, the rest of the decimals. So, and also notice that I moved the decimal 3 places to the left. And look at our power here. Our power is -3, which on a number line is 3 places to the left of 0. So if you're going to change 1 times 10 to the -7, that's the same as 1 times 1 over 10 to the 7, which is the same as 1 times 1 over a 1 followed by 7 zeros. So 1 over 10 million, which is the same as just dividing by 10 million, which is going to move the decimal to the left 7 times. So if we start with 1 and move the decimal to the left 7 times, we're going to get 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 0.6 zeros and then a 1. So it says express each number in standard form. The power of 10 is -5. That means you are going to move the decimal to the left 5 places. Basically what it's saying is you are multiplying by 1 over 10 to the 5th, or dividing by 10 5 times. So what I'm going to do is start with my decimal here and move 5 places to the left. And that's where my decimal place is now going to be. And that's going to give me a decimal place and then 4 zeros and then the 1, 0, and the 9. All right, so if the power is -2, then I need to move the decimal 2 places to the left, and I get 0.0128. And I'm just going to check. Some of these you can check with your calculator. If they're too small, you can't, because it'll actually put your answer in scientific notation. But I'll do 1.8 times 10 to the negative second, just to see if I did that right. And it's 0.0128. So Notice the decimal moved 2 places to the left. There. All right? So now we got to think about when we express a number in scientific notation. We have to think about what our number is going to be like. And remember that the first number in scientific notation needs to be a number between 1 and 10. So looking at this number here, to create a number between 1 and 10, I'm going to use the number 3.7. And then to get that 3.7, I want to think about how far I have to move the decimal over. And I need to move the decimal over 4 places, so my power of 10 is going to be -4. And you can check that on your calculator again. 3.7 times 10 to the -4. And notice what it did here. It put the number in scientific notation. Your calculator will do that when the number gets a certain size. So it's going to be hard to check it. So that's a good reason why you have to know how to do that. So if we want a number between 1 and 10 for this one, we're going to use 2.0, or you could just put 2, because 2 is between 1 and 10. And then we need a power of 10 that's going to move the decimal 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 places. And so we're going to use -7. All right, that's how you do scientific notation for really small numbers. And I'll see you next time in class.